This is Valley News Live at noon.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Jillian Trudeau. A trial is underway at the Cass County Courthouse for a man accused of a sexual assault involving a student at North Dakota State University. Alex Smith is accused of the assault in 2020. The prosecutor waived opening statements this morning, and the defense explained what their evidence will show. The victim in the alleged sexual assault is now being cross-examined. The trial is expected to last 3 days. A man is in the Wilkin County Jail after leading police on a high-speed chase. It started near the Wilkin-Otter Tail County line on Highway 108. Deputies say the man was driving erratically and going 100 miles per hour. Breckenridge police set up strip spikes near Wilkin County Road 10 where the car went into the ditch and hit a tree. The airbags went off and the driver, John Wayne Jensen of Morris, was transported to the hospital in Breckenridge. Jensen was charged with DWI, fleeing, and possession of a controlled substance. Now let's take a look outside with meteorologist Summer Schnellbach.
Hey everyone, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. Check this out. A beautiful sunrise this morning over Fargo. We had a few thin high-level clouds, but that's about all we got. And that's about really all we are still seeing. Just a few high-level clouds out there. Now looking off to the west. Most of the cloud cover has been in the northern valley, but breaking apart, all we've got is those thin high-level clouds. A few more clouds out in the western Dakotas. It's a warm day. Temperatures for your lunchtime hour in the upper 50s and low 60s. A little cooler in Grand Forks and Devil's Lake with a few clouds. 52 Grand Forks, 57 right now here in Fargo, 60 in Jamestown, 58 in Bemidji. We'll continue to warm over the next couple of hours. We are headed towards 70 degrees, Jillian, with a little bit of that wind out of the south and southeast, but big changes are coming in the temperature department. Near record today and tomorrow, much closer to seasonal average by the end of the week. I'll detail all of that out for you coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, Summer. A Brainerd man is accused of killing and burying his daughter's boyfriend, who he believed was abusing her. A criminal complaint charges 43-year-old Michael LaFlex with second-degree murder with intent, and he'll make his first court appearance today. LaFlex's daughter filed a missing persons report last week, stating her boyfriend had not returned after visiting a storage unit rented by her father. Investigators searched the storage unit and found blood and a bottle of bleach. Police found the victim's body Sunday. The autopsy report says the man died of a distant gunshot wound to the back of the head. Police are waiting for autopsy results to determine the exact cause of a death of a man whose body was found while firefighters battled a large grass fire in Wilkin County. Authorities say the man lived at one of the farmsteads near the fire, but they aren't yet releasing his name. The fire consumed several vehicles and farm buildings. A Moorhead man is in jail accused of burglary in the Prairiewood neighborhood of South Fargo. Police found a door at one home shattered late Sunday night. While officers were talking with the homeowner, dispatch was getting multiple calls about suspicious activity on the block. Police spotted a suspect running away from the neighborhood and caught up with 18-year-old Jeremiah Barrett. He's in the Cass County Jail for burglary, unlawful entry into a vehicle, theft from a vehicle, and criminal mischief. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is making trips to Moorhead and Fergus Falls today. He's meeting with farmers at 2:30 this afternoon, then plans to do some door knocking at 3:15. Then it's off to Fergus for a 5:30 meet and greet at Union Pizza. We're 1 week away from Election Day, and if you're feeling confused or overwhelmed, the Fargo Y is offering a class on voting for young adults. It's today from 6:30 to 8 tonight at the downtown Fercho YMCA. You'll learn about how to read a ballot, the importance of casting your vote, among other things. Classes are free and open to the community. It's part of the Y's Adulting 101 series, which will include topics like filing taxes, basic car maintenance, and financial planning. People have 3 chances today to get a look at the future of MSUM's campus. Architects are holding briefings on the school's comprehensive facilities plan. One is happening at 2:15 and another at 1:15. MSUM says they're unveiling a dynamic vision for the university that will transform the physical campus and create stronger connections to the Moorhead community. Each session covers the same information, and each will be held in the Comstock Union Sun Garden Lounge. The superintendent of Fargo Public Schools is North Dakota's new Superintendent of the Year. Dr. Rupak Gandhi was picked by the state's Association of School Administrators. He will now be placed in a competition for the award of National Superintendent of the Year. Gandhi was hired in Fargo in March of 2018. It's day one of the Cans to Cartons Recycling Challenge. All this month, Minn Kota Recycling will provide a 1 cent per pound match to Fargo Elementary School milk and snack programs for all aluminum cans collected at drop sites. There are 10 drop-off locations listed right now on your screen. They include elementary schools, the Colosseum, water treatment plant, the Park District headquarters, Mickelson Field, and the Osgood Fire Station. Trick-or-treating isn't possible for every kid, so the staff at Sanford Children's Hospital in Fargo turned things backwards to make a special day for their youngest patients. Backwards Halloween is a tradition, but they haven't been able to do it the last few years because of COVID-19. Hospital staff members volunteered for ghoul duty and went room to room handing out candy to kids. Coming up at noon, a growing danger that parents need to be aware of when it comes to blind spots and newer vehicles. But next, we'll have your weather to plan your day.